defense was pretty dominant today. I'm sure that's got to be a breath of fresh air, and I don't know how much has that been going on throughout the rest of camp.
For the most part of camp, it's been defense-oriented. It's been defense dominating really all of camp. So today was just the cherry on top of that, like seeing all of it come together and seeing the defense like actually function as a group and performing as we should.
What's it been like for you? You've had the lead new linebacker group. You thought you'd have one more, but unfortunate accident during the off season. Just what's it been like seeing that group come together? And Dallas looks pretty good out there.
It's just been amazing. I've seen people switch positions in the linebacker group, and I had to learn new positions very fast, and they picked it up quite quickly. And that's pretty impressive just on their like football IQ aspect of the game, and knowing like the concept of the defense, and just knowing like being able to play multiple positions within the defense is just shouts out to them for learning it.
What did you like today, and I guess what didn't you like from the ones?
I feel like it was a lot of missed tackles. I did like the effort to the ball. It was a lot of bear swarm around the running back at times, but we need to shorten down on the missed tackles and the missed assignments. It was a lot of broken runs because people weren't in the right gaps and stuff like that. So if we just cancel out those little mistakes, then we'll be fine.
How much improvement are you noticing? Because it's a deeper defensive line. You had young guys play last year that can just be a part of depth and experience depth at this point. Just what are you noticing around you as you try to take a step forward with this defense?
I've been noticing football IQ has been up 100 times more than it was last year. I feel like last year it was just kind of a lot of confusion. This year it's like more of communication and people understanding what they need to do and talking to other people and communicating what they are doing, so we can all play better as a team, you know.
What have you noticed about you leadership style? Because you're having to bring a lot of these guys together, try to get some young guys like Dallas coming up and everything. Just how have you noticed yourself stepping up?
I've been trying to just teach them confidence. Be confident in what you know, and if you know the playbook like you think you do, like I know you do, then be confident in that and tell people what they should do and be confident in that and just execute the play.
What Dallas, just kind of watching him throughout his I saw him listed as a tight end throughout his high school career and everything, but coaches bring him in here to be a linebacker. How have you noticed that growth to where he's a true freshman last year, stepping into a starting role right now?
It's been a lot of growth from him. He's been getting bigger. He came in pretty skinny when he was a freshman, and his football IQ was not that high. This year he's learned so much, and it's allowed him to play faster. He's been in the weight room getting bigger, so he's allowed to like fight off blocks more easy. So it's just been a lot of growth from him from freshman to sophomore year.
What about Townley in front of you? That's a different body than I'm used to seeing around here, and
yeah,
I can see
sure.
the smile on your face. It's just like,
sure.
yeah, that's different. Just
Yeah.
What's it been about him? What's he brought to this?
It's not just Townley, it's the whole D-line, really. The D-line itself has just improved so much, and it's just making my job way easier. And it's making me play faster because they're pushing the O-line back, and it's just allowing me to play downhill instead of having to fight off blocks and stuff like that.
Blackstring talks a lot from over the sideline.
Yes, he does.
Good Lord, man. You guys are having to bark at him. That was it's just like, man, you guys got him to quiet down a few times, but it was funny to watch.
Yes, it was. That's just how it is, though. We practice like that all the time. It just makes it more fun out here. It makes it more competitive.
How much bulletin board material do you guys have from obviously watching the tape last year of the lack of efficiency, and then this year hearing it? Hey, how's the defense? Hey, how's the defense? How much of that motivation do you guys kind of channel to bring out what the best of this group needs to do?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. How much of last year's inefficiencies and all the offseason talk about what the defense has to do? We asked you guys a million times about defense. Mm-hmm. So how do you guys take all that, internalize it, and turn it into motivation and fuel?
Oh, we don't want to go 4-7 again. That's what it was. For me, I hate losing. And last year I don't even like to watch the film from last year. So this year it's a whole different mindset. We're not putting up with the little mistakes here and there. We're getting on it then and there, making sure people are in the right places at the right time, and we're not settling for less.
Has Coach Beard put you guys in charge of that, the players, or is that more of a coach's thing, or how is that? Who's the leadership there?
I feel like last year it was less of a player-led team. This year has been more player-led, and players are starting to speak up more often, and it's making the team go in the right projection, you know, by people hearing from their peers instead of the coaches, like just barking at them all the time, and instead of it's like your brother talking to you. So I feel like that's changed the defense and changed the whole team in general.
And that chain of accountability, that's really what's driving this?
Yes, for sure.
All right, so Devontae, obviously today, offense started slow. Y'all picked it up at the end. What is going to be what's going to allow you guys to not start slow in the regular season?
For one, offense takes all 11 guys, so that takes everybody doing their job, and that's the first start of the play. So whatever it is, you know, a reverse play or this and that, you got to get the edge set, simple stuff like that. Just make sure everybody doing their job.
It took everyone a little bit. They realized you were always open the later part of practice. Your strong finish and what's going into to where you're not with that second group, trying to get more in that mixture with that one.
Well, thank you. Well, my goal is to always be open. As a receiver, as a vet now, you know, I know my technique. I know what I have to do to get open. So I tell the quarterbacks, I'm going to be there for you. I can't do too much about the play calling, but it'll come to me. So I do my job, whether it's blocking, passing, receiving, and all that together.
Receivers think they're always open, right?
Right. I'm not going to say every single time, but hey, most times I'm there. I'm there for you.
Let's talk about your quarterback, Jacob Clark, today. Obviously, everybody knows Jacob trying to get back into form, only was in the first 4 games. A lot of frustration out of QB1 today. How do you think his comeback is going so far?
He's going to be good. During the summer, he has his own personal coach, and we came out here a few times and set up a camera, and we out here just throwing simple little passes, stuff like that, to get his arm back together. And he has a good IQ, and we're going to make good connections on the field.
As dynamic as this offense is, I know it's not refreshing for you guys, but how good of a sign is it that the defense was able to frustrate the offense for a little bit?
No, that's definitely a good sign. It was a couple plays last year where we just, simply a guy's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Not enough communication on the defense. As a defensive player, I know you have to communicate a lot, and a lot of tricky schemes can happen, which is, it's bound to happen. But if everybody's on the same page, that's how you stop plays like that from happening.
I know Montana runs a lot of blitz. They like to run a lot of man. Right? For you guys, I think that's a bonus. How important is it for this receiver room to understand you've got to create separation quickly?
Yes. So quick game is going to be how we're going to open it up. So slants, options, all that little stuff like that, that will, give us some cushion, and then that's when you hit them with the runs, then they got to protect both. And then once we get that going, it should be a game right there.
Do you see any dip or maybe elevation in Jacob's confidence level since he came back and he's working back to being 100%?
Yes, I would say so, just because he's an older guy too as well, so time's ticking, so he's trying to get to it. So I would say he's very focused and trying to get the job done.
What have you noticed from this wide receiver room? Because we're all going to be like, where's Raylan? There's a lot of targets to be spread around, and what's different about this room that maybe wasn't there last year?
Okay, so we have a new coach that actually played in the league for 7 years, and he's brought a lot of knowledge, as well as the last guy that just left. But yeah, he's bringing the team together, and he's really big on self-accountability. So if one guy misses as late as anything, we had, like yesterday, for example, we had sled pushes after practice. So everybody's holding each other accountable so we can all be on the same page, because the receiver group is going to be a big part of this offense. As you can see, we throw the ball a lot, so we have to be in the right place at the right time, doing the right job.
What is it about the individuals, the new individuals that come in, try to, whether it's James, whether it's Dash, just trying to elevate this group?
So me and Wood are the oldest in the group, so if anybody needs help, we'll try to help out like that. But they're catching on pretty good. If we have installs, we restall and do 1, 2, 3 over and back to back to back. Keep going over and over, and that's how everybody comes together.
What about personal goals for this season, Devontae, for you?
Personally, it's been a ride. I entered my 5th year here. I have a lot to prove. I've played every year I've been here. I got granted a COVID year, so I could have been done last season. So I'm taking this year as I'm trying to play at the next level, regardless if it's NFL, XFL. So what I'm trying to do is showcase myself one last season and to be able to put it all together.
You were recruited by Stack?
No.
Okay, so you.
Oh, no, sorry. Stack, I was
staff.
here. Yes.
So I mean, just the growth you've seen. You see it 1-10 before the year you got here. 2 playoff appearances. going to FBS next year when you're not when you're going to be watching.
Right.
Just the growth of this program and everything. Just how cool has that been to watch and be a part of?
It's been pretty cool. I didn't get to play with Steck, unfortunately, but I do know when Coach Petrino came here, he changed. You know, he knows a lot. So before he left, yeah, he put the whole team on and you know, just turned the intensity up to where we were able to win games, and we won conference champs that year. Still have my ring at home, which I'm grateful for. Hopefully we can win conference again this year. We will win conference again this year. Let me say that. You got to speak that. So, yeah, I would just say we'll keep growing. And I heard Tosh talking. It was very much a player-led team that year, and we're coming to that more this year. We didn't have as much. We lost a lot of seniors last year, but now we have more guys speaking up and stepping into their shoes, including me.
Speaking of winning the conference, does this team feel like there is something to prove this year that last year was kind of an unlucky fluke?
Most definitely. I would say we let a couple games slip out of our hands, and just from watching it, and like I said, watching film, just redoing things like that, that's not something we want to have here. We want to build a winning culture here and have these games packed at home and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's how we're going to attack it this year.
How many times did y'all watch the film and you guys go, we really gave up that play, or we didn't execute this play?
I would say every time, and me personally, since I've been here for so long, I've watched the in and outs, defense, offense, all of that. So I've seen it all. I want to be able to, I want to change it, and I want to be a part of the change here. So, like I said, we're moving up next year to FBS. I won't be a part of it, but that would be very exciting to see and stuff. So that's pretty much all for that.